Good day everyone. I hope you're all doing fine. Today, we are going to discuss our new topic, the field of record management. In every organization, all businesses revolved around documents such as correspondence, contracts, orders, report and much more. That is why we must have knowledge of the core concepts of record management in ensuring records are handled appropriately. There are at least 3 learning outcomes for this topic. At the end of this chapter, students are able to explain the life cycle of records, able to differentiate each phase of records activity and apply record management in the real-life situation. Overview of record management. Records are vital evidence in daily basis for individual as well as organization which run the business. Keeping good records helps companies protect institutional memory as well as maintain evidence of activities, transactions, and decisions. An effective records management system can save money on storage and improve an organization's efficiency. Record can be created or organized in various forms regardless of organization, group, or employee level. In fact, each individual also keeps some evidences as a record in their daily lives. For example, records as a student, records as a driver license, or records of bank savers. It is very normal as an individual. You may misplace some evidences of your record, and people may tolerate misplacing a few items in their personal lives. But, if you are working in any organization and you have very unorganized records keeping, definitely you are in trouble. It is because other workers may be very intolerant whenever you tend to misplace, lose or accidentally destroy vital records of your organizations. It is because failure to locate records can be very costly for an organization. For example, can you imagine if a banker accidentally destroyed a summary of your banking transactions from your records? What will happen to you? That is why it is very important to maintain a very good record management practices. There are numerous records maintained within the organization. For example, a bank may handle 500,000 or more depositors' signature cards. An insurance company may process over 1 million policies, or hospital may maintain medical histories on 5,000 or more patient admissions a year. Definitely, good workers within these organizations are responsible for processing and maintaining these important records, so that they are not lost, misplaced or accidentally destroyed. Regardless the size of any organization, usually the volume of records is increasing from time to time, and make it more complicated to manage these records accordingly. Some organizations have various types of records to be handled. For example, some familiar types of office records include letters, memo, reports, blueprints, inventory, purchase orders, personnel record and much more. In ensuring all of these records maintained appropriately, most organizations require an ample space to store and maintain the records within the organization. In case, if these records are needed, they are able to locate accordingly. Let us move to definition of records management. Accordingly, records are referred to as recorded information, regardless of media or characteristics, such as using paper or electronic-based records, are created, received or used in the operation of an organization. In some organization, the record's responsibility is called record management, or also called as document management. In other words, some people may be using document management regarded as a paper-based record to be transformed to electronic records and using electronic devices to organize these records. Once you all know the definition of records, you ought to know who is the responsible person managing these records within the organization, which we called as a record manager. Basically, record managers are also considered as record management professionals that may have ultimate responsibility for establishing records policies and procedures. In simple words, these professionals will design proper record management practices within the organization, and they have to ensure that other workers follow these practices accordingly. That is why every workers in particular organizations should have at least a basic understanding on how to manage these records as well. Next, filing and retrieval. This is the basic process when it comes to record management practices. All of workers have to know on how to do a filing and how to retrieve the records whenever necessary. In general, filing is defined as the action of arranging records in a predetermined sequence. So, whenever you do a filing, you have to arrange according to records policies or practices. For example, you have to do a filing and arrange it in alphabetical order, whereby retrieval is referred to the process of finding records or information. In case your records practices maintain records according to alphabetical order, then you have to retrieve the files according to the sequence. These are few examples of filing using alphabetical orders, months and subjects. Record control is referred as a set of procedures used to make filing and retrieval reliable and systematic process. Part of the process, record managers have to emphasize on records practices in filing and retrieving, with retention schedule that work for your organization and follow industry, government and ISO standards. At the same time, they have to decide who has and does not have access to the records, as well as who will control that access. Why organization keeps records? Organization depend on records for their daily operations, because they provide the memory of what happened in the past. As noted in previous chapter, records are kept and used because they have some purposes including administrative, fiscal, legal and historical value. In addressing administrative value, records are used in the performance of daily operation in a department such as standard operating procedures. Financial records such as tax return, invoices or purchase and sales order serve as a fiscal value, while contract and financial agreement are considered as proof of business transaction and serve as legal value. Finally, the purpose of record keeping is to maintain historical value in providing evidence of organization's accomplishments such as history of opening business operation. Next, the value of records. There are at least 3 different value of record. Some of the records are vital to the organization, while others may be useful, important or non-essential. Vital records are considered as essential for continuation or reconstruction of organization after disaster. For example, patents, formulas or contracts. This records is usually stored in inactive record areas such as fireproof safes or vaults, and access is restricted to a selected list of users only. This records are vital to the organization's performance and long-term business operation. Important record is relating to the daily operation and necessary for continuation of organization. 4. Example, documentation related to personnel payroll or salary. It is stored in active or inactive areas. Useful record is limited but helpful, especially as reference value. If this record is lost, definitely it will impair daily operation of the organization. For example, bank statement, and it is stored in file cabinets in inactive storage areas. Finally, non-essential record may never had any value or no present value to organization, such as telephone message. It is stored in inactive records and waiting for destroyed according to record destruction schedule. That's all for Chapter 1, Part 1. If you have any questions, please message me accordingly. Thank you.